Hi guys, welcome back. Today's video is going to be part 2 of me cleaning out my makeup. Part 1 was foundation and face products, and today I'm going to focus on lips and eye products. As I said in my other video, I don't have a ton of makeup, but I do have, I guess an average amount, and I think that what really helps me is going through my makeup and kind of cleaning it out every now and then, and it just makes me feel better. And I'm kind of getting to the point to where I only want to have things that I really love and that I reach for like the most, instead of just having like an abundance of things that I don't use that much. So if you want to come along with me as I clean up my lip products and my eye products, then keep on watching. Let's start with eyes. I have palettes, and then I have, of course, like small pod, little eyeshadow separates. And the majority of my small eyeshadows are for MAC. And then I have a few palettes here, and then a couple of drugstore items. So I want to start with eyes. So let me count up these 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Really only 7. I'm pretty sure I have another one somewhere, but I don't know where it is. I only have 7 of these little MAC eyeshadows, which I think is pretty good. I have Blanc Type, Brown Script, Sketch, Embark, Saddle, Black Type, and Brulee. And my everyday 2, Blanc Type and Saddle, that's basically what I use every single day. I don't really gravitate towards anything else. Sometimes I use Black Tide, and I used to use it a lot more when I did a lot more smoky eyes, but I don't know why I don't do a lot of smoky eyes anymore. I really want to get back to that, because I love that like big va 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 boom like look with the big hair and the big the super black dark eyes. So I'm gonna keep the Black Tide for sure. So right now I only have the 3 that I'm keeping. I don't really like Brulee that much because it is a satin finish, and Blanc Type is a matte finish. I'm not a fan of anything shimmery or shiny on my eyes unless it's New Year's. I just don't really use that anymore. I used to use it a lot back in like my early 20s, but now I like it, but it's only for like special occasions. I just don't use it as much. So I don't think I'm gonna keep Brulee. Sketch is also a velvet finish, and it has a little bit of shimmer in it. So here's what Sketch looks like. It's kind of like purpley a little bit, and I really don't use it like at all. So I don't think I'm gonna keep it because I haven't used this in probably like 3 years. It just kind of hangs around. I also have Embark, which is a matte finish, but if you've ever used Embark or worked with Embark, you know that it's really, really hard to blend. Like, it's just a little bit difficult to work with, I find. I'm not really the biggest fan of working with it. It looks like this. It's a dark brown. Yeah, so that's what Embark looks like, and it's just really hard to work with. I find it, that's why I don't use it that much, because it just doesn't blend very well, especially now. Embark used to be really popular like back like about 10 or so years ago, but now that palettes are just so mainstream, I just feel like you can find a better brown that mixes, especially this shade that blends better. So I'm not going to keep that one. And then my other one is Brown Script, and it is a matte as well. I actually like Brown Script to put above Saddle in my kind of like my upper crease. I just don't use it as much because it's like a third step that I kind of sometimes feel like I'm doing, and sometimes I just don't have time. I like to just do Saddle and Blanc Type and be done. So here's what Brown Script looks like. So it's kind of like brown-ish. I'm gonna hold on to it though, just because I do use it, and I have used it definitely in the past 6 months. The only thing about Black Tide is it does have shimmer in it. And shimmer, I guess it's okay for black, because I don't mind, like when I want that really like dramatic look, I don't mind if it has a little bit of shimmer, just because it's not like this shimmer. This is Wet n Wild, and it is a shimmery like eyeshadow. It's basically glitter, but it's in the eyeshadow form. There it is, okay? And then here is Black Tide. Yeah, so you can see it has a little bit of shimmer in it. Okay, so when I wear black tie, it has shimmer in it, but it's nowhere near like this literal glitter that sometimes I've used. Actually, I don't think I've used this ever because it won't open. I've used the gold one, that's what it is. So this is Special Occasion Wet n Wild, which I've never used, but it is for face and body, so I could use it on my body. But now with highlighters, I don't think I would ever even gravitate towards this. For one, it's silver, and I would use the gold one, I have the gold one too, over the silver one. So black tie I'm gonna keep, okay? And then here's the gold one, which I've used before. It's like that. It's really pretty. So it's by Wet n Wild. So I'm gonna keep the gold one. The silver one I'm also gonna hold on to just in case, you know, I wanna put something like, sometimes I use it and I put it as like a liner. And that's kind of how I use those shimmers. So far I'm getting rid of 3 eyeshadows. And then I also have this little Revlon palette that's just out of 4. It's called Adventurous. It's really old. It's Revlon Color Stay, and it's got a white, kind of a khaki color, a brown with shimmer, and then a brown matte. And it's pretty in theory, but I just don't really use it. It's just not really my thing. So I don't think I'm going to keep it because I don't use this. So it's gone. And then I have, this isn't an eyeshadow, it's more of a paint pot, and it's Soft Ochre by Matte, and I do use this. It's kind of dried up though, and I don't really know what to do with eyeshadows that are dried up or products that have dried up. I'm gonna hold on to it because normally I can work around with it and still make it work. This is a Dip Brow Pomade by Anastasia, and it's dried up as well. It's so dry that I can't even, like, nothing's coming out. It's in dark brown, and unfortunately I'm gonna have to get rid of it because it's dried up and I don't use it because it is dried up and I don't have time to like figure it out, so that's gone too. So I'm literally down to 4 pot eyeshadows. Soft Ochre, which I use as a primer, and then the 2 shimmery ones. Okay, so let's move on to palettes. So the palette that I've had the longest is definitely this Morphe palette. This is the 35T palette, I guess that's the name of it. And here it is, it's the majority matte. That's why I love it so much. So it's got majority brown colors, nude, mauve. It is so my thing. I am obsessed with anything that is nude, brown, that kind of range. I normally use this color the most, for sure. And then sometimes I will go in with this light brown color as well. So those are the only 2 I really use. Sometimes I use the gold, but it just kind of depends. But I like this palette because it's got about half nude and half shimmer, but the shimmer ones aren't super shimmery, and they're also brown, which makes them way easier, you know, to work with for me. And they're like, I would use them over like something really bright and crazy. So definitely like this palette. I recommend it. I'm pretty sure they still sell it. It's the 35T. Next palette I've had for a really long time is the Naked palette, and this is the original Naked palette by Urban Decay, and I've had this for years, but I think I'm going to retire it just because I don't use it. It's the one with Virgin, Sin, Naked, Sidecar, Buck, Half Baked, that one. So it looks like this. It's that one. And I guess I'll hold on to it. It's also got one of those dark blacks in there with shimmer, which is kind of pretty, but I just never reach for it. I just like to kind of do the 1-2 punch with the saddle and the Soft Ochre by MAC. So I'm gonna hold on to this just because it's good to travel, you know, if I need one thing, and it's not as big as the Morphe palette, so I'm gonna hold on to the Urban Decay. I'm not gonna get rid of it, just in case. My 2 newest palettes are, of course, Anastasia Beverly Hills, the Queen. This is the Modern Renaissance palette. You guys know this palette all too well. I do like this palette. The colors are so pigmented. Everything is just gorgeous. And then I also have the Master palette by Mario, which I've used a lot more because I love. So these 2 are definitely my newer ones. These 2 are definitely good palettes that I'm keeping. I'm really happy with what I've got. Everything's kind of nude. Everything is what I reach for normally. I definitely see myself getting a use out of these products, so I'm going to keep those, and I'm pretty happy with them. If I were to repurchase something new with eyes, it would probably be another palette, or it would probably be some type of MAC product, or maybe an Anastasia that's in a little pot. That I can use every day to replace saddle, because I like saddle, but it's super natural. Sometimes I want something with a little bit more depth. So if I were to go and get something else for eyes, it would probably be Anastasia. It would be a brown nude, but it would be a little bit something with a little bit more depth. So let's move on to lips. I have MAC lipsticks scattered all throughout my house and all throughout different purses, and unfortunately I don't have those with me. I just have them scattered everywhere, but I do want to talk about what I have here on my beauty counter and what's here. So I have about 2, 3, 4, 5. I have about 5 MAC lipsticks here with me right now. So the first one that I have is Sheer Plum. There it is. I'm gonna hang on to it just because I do like it a lot. Next is Taupe. Taupe is my jam. I love Taupe. I use this with Chestnut liner by MAC, and it looks so beautiful. I'm gonna keep Taupe. I like Taupe. Next is On Hold, which is also pretty much running out. On Hold is pink, and it is a cream sheen, which I'm not really a big fan of. I like more of the matte colors. That one's done, and I would never repurchase, so that one's gone. And I know I can do back to MAC too. I just have to kind of go through that. I have O, which I used to use all the time when I was like first started wearing makeup, because my mom really loved O, and it's so neutral, but it has the shimmer in it, and it's just not really my thing. I like that it's brown, but I don't really like the shimmery part. So I don't know. I guess I'll give it to my mom. I'm gonna hold on to it and give it to her because I don't use it. And then I have Charismatic, which is Luster, and there's nothing left. So that one's done too. So that's 2 lipsticks that are gone. Okay, here is a YSL lipstick that I literally am obsessed with. It's the Rouge Volute Shine. This is my all-time favorite lipstick, probably, and I just haven't gotten a chance to get more of it. It's so pretty. And I've been holding on to it so that I have one to take to the store so I can get a new one. So I'm gonna hold on to this container so that I can take it, and maybe they can find the new one for me. Moving on to, I have 2 Chanel products here. One is a True Red. I also have Ruby Woo by MAC. It's in my bathroom, but I'm keeping that because it's my good go-to red. This is Coral Mandel by Chanel. It looks like in the box, in the bottle. First I'm going to keep that. It's Chanel. And then here is another Chanel. This is La Fascinante. And it's a deeper red, like a true red, and it looks so much darker in person. It doesn't look like that on camera, but it's a true red as well. I hold on to both of those. They are Chanel. Nobody got time to be throwing away Chanel. This is a MAC lip gloss, and this is Lust. I'm wearing this today with Chestnut liner. I don't need any more. So I'm gonna keep this because I use it, and I used it today. Okay, let's move on to some liquid lipsticks. I'm gonna start with this NYX product. It's a lip cream, and this is brown. The color is Dubai, and this is a really pretty product. It's just like it's creamy, and it does dry on your lips, but it looks really nice. And for my complexion, it's literally brown, so it's like a perfect nude. I like to wear this during the fall and winter because it just makes my face look really like subdued, and just like everything is matte and everything is neutral and nude, so I really love it. I got this at the drugstore. I'm actually gonna hold on to this because I do use it. Here is a Bobbi Brown lip gloss. It's orange, but it's clear. It goes on clear, and sometimes I like to use this if I do like an all-around lip liner on my lips. I like to go over it with this. I'm gonna keep that. Here is my first Anastasia liquid lipstick. This is Veronica, and Veronica looks like this. Very, very pretty. I'm gonna show you guys Veronica. That's that. Definitely gonna keep that. Love it. It's gorge. Here is Trust Issues, which is my darker one, which I love to wear when it gets colder out, which isn't very often because, you know, I'm in Orlando, but it's really pretty. Trust Issues is a good one if you want like a darker shade. That's it on the bottom. Can't see it because I can't turn my arm like that. Trust Issues is gorgeous. And then I have, I believe this is, oh wait, that's not it. Ashton is somewhere. I don't know where it is. It's probably in a bag. Ashton is my other one, which I wear that a lot with Chestnut by MAC. Keeping that. This is actual lip gloss by Anastasia, and this is in the color Fudge, which is gorge. I love this. Keeping it. There's Fudge, the bottom. And it's not a liquid lipstick, it is a gloss. I want to talk about these Stingray lip products by ColourPop. I got these by watching It's My Ray Ray by Ray Boyce, and they were gonna run out, and these are really pretty. They're a little bit they washed me out just a tad, but anyway, there are two of them. This is the Razor Lippy Sticks. It looks like that's the razor. You see it? The bottom. I definitely need a lip liner with it. And then it comes with two razor lip liners. So here's the one liner right there. So it's pretty. I just have to kind of work with it a little bit more because my skin is darker. Just need like a couple more products to make it work. But I definitely like them, and they're really soft and you get a lot of product, and ColourPop is really affordable. And then finally, the two Stingray liquid lipsticks. I recommend all of these. I'm keeping all of those products. They're all new, and I definitely work with them and make them work for my skin tone. If I were to repurchase, I would repurchase definitely Taupe by MAC, and I would repurchase definitely Ashton by Anastasia by Really Hills. And I also think from there I would probably try and gravitate towards more like the YSL colors that I like and the Chanel colors that I like, just because I'm kind of getting to the point where I want quality things over quantity. And not that the other brands aren't quality, but I think you just get to a point sometimes where you're just kind of like, I really want good stuff and stuff that I know is always going to be around, and you know, you don't mind paying a little bit more for something that's going to last and something that's good quality. That's all the lip products that I actually have, guys. I do have two lip liners that I use the most. I have Chestnut by MAC, and then I have Plum by MAC, and I don't know where Plum is, but Chestnut is right. Oh, here it is. Chestnut's here. Plum is here. These are great, great, great lip liners, especially if you're my complexion. They look gorgeous. So I definitely recommend those. And that is it. I think that we went through all of my makeup. I'm exhausted. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about what I have. You know, I have a good amount of stuff, and I'm pretty happy with my selection. My other video, I talked about how I wanted to get another higher end foundation, but for now I'm pretty happy with my palettes. I'm happy with my lipsticks, my lip glosses, and my liquid lipsticks. That is it for today, guys. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I hope that it was helpful. If you're my complexion, I hope that you got some products that you can go out and maybe purchase or take a look at, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.